Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning Impromptu Friday. So I thought I'd just go ahead and I got some Happy Meal to show. I thought I'd finish that page I was working in the Mary Engelbreit last week. This is just my focus card. And yeah, it's going to have to be a little shorter today because I'm expecting my daughter, son in law, and other grandson from LA in this afternoon. So I got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do. But I do want to show some Happy Mail first before we color. So first off, I wanted to show that Iffy, I found you, Dee Dee, Iffy, sent me a bunch of collage stuff, which, by the way, I am already starting to use some of it. I'll try to do this next week sometime. I've already got the cards already. I laid them all out and I haven't glued anything down yet, but I have them ready to glue down and make some more art cards. So you can see I've got little bits already. They're just they're just sitting on the cards ready for me to work on them next week. So I'm trying not to mess those up, but I got about, I think 5, 10, 15, they got 20 of them here, 20 of them ready to go. So she sent me a bunch of collage stuff. And so let me show you some fish, some clocks, some statues, which we got to be careful of nudity. And some of these, I love these tire wheels, vintagey stuff, and some Nat Geo stuff. So all kinds of stuff. So thank you so much, Iffy. You can see a lot of undersea stuff, space. Look at that. Perfect Friday picture right there. So, all kinds of awesomeness. And a lot of watches and clocks. And I've used some of those in the other projects. In the little cards. And I used some of the little watches in this nature-inspired color book page that I did that I already posted. So, if you have any questions, put them in caps. So, thank you, Iffy, for that. I also got a lovely card from Glinda, Goofmeister Glinda, and it's a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, but it's all hand painted. So I want to just shout out this one in particular. I got awesome cards all season, but I wanted to really shout out this one because that's all hand painted there. And I don't know if you can see the shimmer she put on the ornaments there. And she also sent me an ATC inside. So thank you so much, Glinda. I love that. Let me set that on the table behind me. And then Angie Bell, I also showed a picture of this already, but she sent a couple things. She sent a lovely card, and she'd already sent me some extra stamps to help pay for the postage when I do the giveaways on these. But she sent a whole bunch more of the nature to color, since 3 of those, and then 3 of the henna. So we'll have to do next week, next Monday, I'll have to do some giveaways and give some of these away. Hopefully Annie will stream with me Monday morning. I imagine she could if she's feeling up to it. And I'll try to set the camera up so you can see us all, and then I will turn the camera down to do a project or something. I'm not, I do want to, I do have some things I want to do on Monday, but we'll see, what they want to do. Yeah, giveaways on Monday. So henna, this is the henna one, and I won't show you every page. I've shown this before because she already sent some that I've already given away. And then the nature one. So we'll do some more giveaways on these. These are easy to mail because they just go in a flat, 8.5 by 11 envelope. And so, yeah. So she sent those, but wait for it. I gotta name some cousins. We got some cousins to Bridgeton and BB. She sent me 2 more little baby sock monkeys. Oh, they're just so cute and squishy. Oh. Aren't they adorable? This one's like a gray sock, and this one's like your traditional brown sock, monkey color. Oh my gosh. Aren't they so stinking cute? This one has the sock monkey tag right there. Just there. So I know they're just adorable, aren't they? Hey, Christy. And anybody else popping in? I do have a whole family of them now. I'm sock monkey family. And look, they got their little winter caps and their little pom poms, their Christmas sweaters. I just love them. Look at those looks. It's like they each have their own little personality. They're not like the same. You know? Oh, anyway, thank you so much. And it's My Fairy Treasures on YouTube is Angie Bell. And by the way, if you don't follow her, go over there. She's got some nice haul videos going on and all kinds of stuff. So My Fairy Treasures on YouTube. Thank you so much, Angie. Oh, I just gotta hug them. They're just squishy and huggable. The sock monkeys are multiplying, Lilith. Yes, they are. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I just had to, share that. While they're going to sit here and stare at me while I'm working. I love them. Thank you so much, Angie Bell. And then, what else? Oh, let me move these little cards off my desk because they'll get messed, out of order. Okay, so then the other day before yesterday I worked on a commission and finished it. I got it posted. Well, I don't post the commissions until I either get permission from the person or they receive it and then allow me to post it. But in this case, I just sent her the photograph of it in email, and she posted it on Facebook herself. So, but it's a picture that she wanted. The faces are kind of small because there's two on a page with the clock behind it. And it's very significant to her to have that clock behind them at a certain time. That's their anniversary time and all this. And then both of them on the, with the clock being able to still be seen with the time. So I kind of tilted their heads a little so that you could still see the time on the clock. But she loved it. And so she posted it herself and tagged me on Facebook. So there you go. It's being mailed out today. Hubster's mailing it this morning. So, yeah. Thanks, Carrie. Yeah, there's the link to Angie Bell's YouTube. And thanks, everybody, for being here. Like I said, it's an impromptu. I'm kind of rushing this morning to get crack-a-lacking because I got, Annie and them coming in. So, all right. So let me show you real quick. This is what I did day before yesterday. And it's in the Nature Inspired. I did have, and so I will, I really want to show this in particular because I had a YouTube comment asking me to do something in this book. Now, granted, it wasn't recorded, but I will do a similar page to the one I'm getting ready to show. I'll do a whole process. Maybe I'll do that Monday. Maybe I'll work in this book on Monday. It's just going to depend on how much time I have with Annie and everybody here. But because it does take a while to do a mixed media page. It does take it rained last night, so now it's like my sinuses, Anyway, it does take a little bit longer to do a mixed media page than just coloring the page itself. But I did a page here, and I did post the picture before it was colored. Well, I started doing the paint around it. So I'm just going to go ahead real quick and explain to you what I did on the page, and then we'll finish that other page in the Mary Engelbreit. I know I go from book to book to book, but hey, I'm the boss of my color books. Thanks, Gary. So what I did on the page is first off, I painted with black acrylic paint all the background. And it wasn't hard to, get around these flowers, because it's not really tiny, right? So I painted the whole thing black background with just flat black acrylic paint. Then I did a neo color wash of a lavender and a gray. on the flowers. Let me see if I can hold it up a little. Okay, I just did a wash. Then I went in there with a little bit of color pencil to kind of blend out with kind of a medium, kind of a peachy lavender color that kind of I knew I knew I was putting her on here, so I wanted to match this. Her outfit was the whole purpose of this exact kind of peachy gray lavender color was to match her outfit. And so then I kind of just did a little bit of gray. I got a little bit of coming up there here. A little bit of gray shadow. Where is it? Right there. And then I went in there with some watch parts, some large ones and some small ones, like in the middles of some of the flowers. Half watches where the flower was facing up and you only saw half the flower on the inside like this. Some you saw the full middle. And so I put those around. I just glued them down. I just glued them down with some Eileen's tacky. And hang on, let me take a sip of coffee, guys. Hey, Queen Pam. So I did that, glued these down, and then I went around every flower with a white pencil to kind of make the edges like a little brighter, and also it smoothed the transition from the flower I colored into the black. I wanted a nice white stark line around each one to really make the flowers pop. Then I went in with a black pit pen and kind of just re-added some of the little stamens. They were already there, but because I'd done the wash of Neo color over it, it kind of grayed out the stamens, the black stamens. So what I did then is just went back in and drew those all back in around and made some extra ones pop out from behind the little watch parts. And then I just glued her in, and she's just out of a Vogue magazine. She had a kimono on with one of those things that are on the back of the kimono. It's like the big bow thing. I just cut that off. Then I added a watch cuff and a watch hat on her. And that's pretty much all. This was how she was shaped in the magazine. So I just kind of have her like sitting in there, like in the flowers, like maybe a little flower fairy or a pixie or something like that. So then I went in and put all the white dots with my gel pen, just the white, one of these white jelly roll pens. And then after that, I did a little bit of extra splattering, some white splatters with some watered down white acrylic paint. I didn't want to just do splatters in the background because I did want some very definitive little dots. So that's why I did the gel pen first and a shooting star right there. And then I just splattered some paint all over the whole thing. So that's the whole process. The painting the background black, that probably took about an hour. The flowers probably took another hour. And then all the dots and gluing and all that. The whole page, probably the whole thing took me about 3 hours, all total. I'm, guesstimating there. But, so I just wanted to show the process, and that's in this Nature, Inspired Coloring Nature. And they all have these green splatters on them. I just painted over the green splatters. There were green splatters on the black, under the, on the background here as well. I just painted over it. So, and you could do that on any of the pages you want to do. If there's a green spot, just take some white acrylic paint and paint it out, So, I don't know which page I'll do Monday, if I have time to do a mixed media page on Monday, but I'll probably do something out of this book. So, I did have this one with I did flag that one, because I do like those shells. I had a couple of them flagged. I also had this one flagged. So we'll see. But there's awesome pages in here. Love those leaves. Lots of inspiration. Yeah, I love the colors on that page too. Hey, Whippy. Anybody else popping in? All right, so now I want to go ahead and, I guess, finish up. Let me bring my color pencils over this a ways. Let me drag the color pencils over this way. I keep them all on a tray. So you can see right here, here's my tray of colored pencils. These are all my Prismacolors right here. And I did tell Denise, I said, you know, if y'all want to know what to get me for my birthday in February, I probably do need another 150 set of these. And I did go ahead and pull out and bundle up my set of luminance that E.T. Eileen, the Enabler Elf, sent me, because I found I kept forgetting that I had them when they're in the box. And they are expensive. They probably should be kept in a box. But I wasn't using them because they were in the box, because I use everything in this tray. Now, I do have my vintage, the ones that Paula... Anyway, these are the ones that are the barrel Prismacolor, my vintagey ones that I'm really not using unless I absolutely have to, because they're like, you treasure those. But I think I'm going to keep my luminance in that little, in there, so they're protected, but I see them. I see them sitting here. If I don't see it out, I won't use it. You know, that's one of my, I know that about my own organizational, the way I work. I have to see it. I have to be able to flip through it. It can't, now I do have plastic, those clear plastic drawers for some things like collage stuff and, you know, some of my paint cart. And, you know, I have some, you know, those clear plastic drawers for certain things, chipboard, letters, those kind of things. But I know what is in that particular drawer. But to use it all the time, that's why it's in here. You know, that doesn't mean that I don't use, I got my other things, but they're all right here. For instance, like here's all my pens and pencils that I regularly use, my sharpeners, some of the little pencil nubs. You know, this is the stuff that I use all the time. As well as, let me just kind of set this over here for a second so I can get at it. I have all my brushes are right here. You know, I got all my brushes in glass jars. They're right here. I have my black and white pens and pencils. Well, and a silver and a gold. I have those right in this little case. And then I have my big pencil toe. Oh, and then my markers, my water-based markers are in this drawer, which is one out of the paint cart, but I use this all the time, so I just have it sitting right next to me on a shelf as well. So I have those handy, and then right next to me on the shelf, I have my big pencil tote. This tote with all my watercolor pencils and all my other markers and pens and stuff. So I have this sitting sideways right here next to me as well. So these are all the things that I use all the time. I use it all the time, but if I put them away, you know, out of sight, out of mind for me. Hey, Nico. Sky, Lynn, anybody else popping in? Christy? A couple of Lynn's. Hey, Sunset Carol. Anybody else? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull my color pencils kind of handy here to me. And where's my sharpener? I got to get that. Put a sharpener over here. And we'll finish that, or well, work on. I can't promise we're going to finish it, but we'll work on the Mary Engelbreit page in the Mary Engelbreit color book. By the way, I told my mom, I know Mom loves Mary Engelbreit. Let me go ahead and zoom in and refocus. That, you know, if she didn't find this, I'd go get it for her. But she ordered it from Barnes and Noble herself, which I figured she would. There we go. All right, let's re-autofocus. And I know it's white paper, so it's going to kind of... All right, let's see how this will work. Maybe if I keep that right there, it'll help. So, but anyway, this is what we got done. It's still a little... There we go. It kind of flashes in and out with my... White's just tough, even with 5 lights. Oh, well, I got 4 on. Let me turn the 5th on. There. With 5 lights. But I think you can see it. I can zoom in more. Y'all think I should zoom in one more so you can see the coloring? Maybe one more. Let's go ahead and try. Or maybe I should just go ahead and lower the camera. Let's do that. Because sometimes it works better lowering the camera rather than zooming. I don't know why. So hang on 1 minute. Let me just kind of back that up. It doesn't pixelate as much when I just drop the camera rather than trying to zoom in. So there we go. Yay, that looks like that'll work. So that's what we'll work on right there. I'm not sure even it's going to do that. That just fascinates me. All right, so let's go ahead and work on this, and I'll just kind of be able to chat a little bit because this won't take a lot of concentration. You know, I'm just going to color whatever. Oh, and the other thing too, and I forgot who, well, I do follow Somerset Studio Magazine on Twitter, and somebody also retweeted it to me. If anybody's interested in submitting, just follow Stampington on Twitter and you'll see it, or probably on Facebook too. And they're having a submission. So if you're watching this or listening to this and you have color book pages you want to submit, I think I don't remember if they asked for 1 or 2 plus another something that you've worked on. You just have to read the submission guidelines. If you, it'll have a link from them to their submission guidelines. But if you want to submit a color book page, I think it's for their next issue. So that's good to know that they're going to be coming. Oh, not this one. Hang on, where is it? They're going to be coming out with another one. Let me get mine here. They're going to be coming out with another coloring studio. And it's the Somerset Studio, but it's Stampington is the publishing of Somerset and all their other magazines. And I think that's their Twitter name. So if you follow them, wherever you follow them, Facebook or Twitter, that they are having submission for the next one of these. And I've actually only colored one in this book so far. And I did that online here. I did do this one online. On live. So yeah, so if you want a color book page published, there you go. All right, so back to the Mary Engelbreit one. All right, no questions. All right, so let me go ahead and get started. I'm not, I haven't planned this out. This is all we did the last time that we're here. I'm thinking I might want this outline here to be the thing to be black. I like black. It always makes a nice contrast. And I think she always signs her ME and her ME in black too. Let me move this out of the way. This is like in my way. Let me just trim this down just a little so I have a little bit more room. So I think I could just use a black pen because I can put something behind, which reminds me, let me get that. Always try to put something behind your pages so that, especially if it's just one-sided and you want to use marker, it's awesome that you can use marker because it doesn't matter if it sinks through. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm still a little crooked here, guys. All right. Good question. Missed the question. Maybe it wasn't to me. Oh, I guess it was to Carol. All right. So I think I could probably just use my black Pitt pen or my Faber-Castell small, or I have one of the large ones. I don't think I have a medium. I need to get some more black pens. I run out of them quite easily because I have a habit of using these just to pick up and write with and not just art with. Let's see if this one's got enough ink in it to work it. So you probably won't see a whole lot. Okay, I'm just getting a shadow there from my cord. Let's see. If I keep my hand here, I think it'll keep it like lighter. All right, so hopefully y'all will be able to see something while I'm gabbing with you. This pen feels like it's about to run out, so let me see if I can get this small enough here. It's real, it's a pointy pen, even though it's a thick pen, but I think I could get it in there quicker. I just don't want it to start flaring, fuzzing out. Let me do a test on my chat. So what's everybody else doing this weekend? And these kind of pages are perfect for like if you have to do Copics. I'll probably do some marker too, my water-based markers. And Jess keeps after me to get Copics. She wants to put me in the poorhouse. But anyway, we'll see. I probably should ask for that for my birthday, but I need pencils more than I need Copics. Because that's what I do my commissions with, is color pencil. You're working on a big secret. Well, thanks for letting us know you're working on a big secret we can't know about, Linda. For those of y'all don't know, and Linda, if you want to put, let me make sure links are open. If Carrie opened them. Yeah, Carrie opened links. Linda is at the Low Tide Gallery in Canada. If you want to put a link there, Linda, to your Facebook or whatever, feel free. Links are open here for anybody to promote their artwork. Whether it's a blog, a YouTube, Facebook, even an Etsy, we don't usually have a problem with spammers, so, you can promote whatever. See how that's making that pop? Loving it. If my skin would stay light, it would be nice. I do have another camera I'm looking at. It's more expensive webcam, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure about it yet. I have to do some more research. Because this is the nicest Logitech that you can get. It's called the business one. And again, everybody asks me the number. I have it written down. It's the C930E HD. The only drawback, and I've looked it up on YouTube, and it's all the techies say the same thing. The only drawback with this camera, which is why this happens like this, because it does not have light lock. It has autofocus lock. It has every other kind of, lock in, but it doesn't have light lock for whatever reason. But the best parts about the camera, like it has the better wide angle. It has, other things that are better about it than the other Logitech that I had before this one. But it doesn't have light lock. And I know I've repeated this a bunch of times. So anyway, I'm looking at another camera, and I have to make sure it has light lock. I'm not spending extra money for a camera that does not have light lock. So just saying, Vern. But yeah, so that's the only drawback with this camera, because it has, and I also had somebody else. Okay, it's starting to feather that. I'm gonna have to go back in there with the pen to get that straightened out. I did have somebody else ask me on YouTube why I don't film in HD. Does my camera not have HD? And I had to explain that, yes, my camera is HD, but we don't get HD on Ustream unless you pay for it. They did reinstate our high resolution that we lost for a couple of years, but they don't have HD for us. So that's why I sacrificed some higher quality. It's not my camera. It's just to stream for 3 to 8 hours at a time, here, and just upload it directly to YouTube in 30 minutes. For a 3-hour video, it's just the way it is, So that's the reason. Yeah, yeah, Queen. The C920 does have the light lock, but the thing, and that was my old camera. I think that was my last camera, was that one. But it doesn't have the high quality wideness. It's hard to explain. If you go on YouTube, they'll show you the difference. There's one guy that does a comparable between that one and this one. And again, it's the light lock that everybody, fusses about, that this one doesn't have. But if you see him switch back and forth between the two, you'll see the wide angle stuff is a big, big difference in quality. And this one, but there again, I don't know that it matters so much with either one, with doing it just on Ustream, because again, we don't have HD either way here, but that's the reason. So if you're on YouTube watching the recording, you wonder why this is not in HD, that's why. But yeah. So you can see, this is what I mean by light lock. See, it goes automatically dark, and then it goes light when I and I can't prevent that because I can't lock in one or the other. So that's what I mean by light lock. Okay. So let me go ahead and put a test in chat because it doesn't roll. It makes me nervous. So doesn't that make it pop, the black? And this just doesn't look quite wide enough right here. I'm going to go ahead and widen it up because I'm the boss of my color book. I can do whatever I want. Can I add some more swirlies? I might add some more swirlies. Hey, Gilly. Gilly Jilly. So I'm just working. If you're just coming in, I'm just working on the Mary Engelbreit color book page that we started last week. And I can't stay more than probably another hour because I have company coming in today. I got to go shopping. I got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do. All right, let's move down here. See, look what I just did. What am I going to do? I'll get out the white paint. I dropped my marker right there. So we'll just go over it with some white paint. So this brush is probably the big pit pen is probably a little more than I need on these tiny little areas, but it feathers it a little, it bleeds a little bit, but I just go in there with my pen and smooth it out. So is everybody else coloring? If Jean was here, she'd probably be napping. Love you, sassy pants. Okay. Oh, no, it's okay. It's no big deal. All right, now this one is a little bit smaller, but it just takes so long with that little tiny pen. I'm a little impatient. Maybe a Sharpie. No, that's not. It's not new enough. Let's see if this one's new enough. Yeah, that one should be new enough. That might be better. And again, I can use a Sharpie or whatever markers because this is one-sided and I have a paper underneath, so it doesn't matter if it bleeds through. And I also have my water-based markers. I have a black one of those. But I just wanted a nice dark, dark black on some of these. So I guess more coloring, less talking. Yeah, you got your room nice and fixed up, Carrie, your art room. And because this is a Sharpie or even a Pitt pen, they're waterproof. So if I went in here with a marker to color that in, I won't have to worry about that black smearing. But again, remember, you have to make sure it's a one-sided page or a page that you don't care that it's going to bleed through. Because I can tell you this is going to bleed through. Look, see. It's not bleeding through a lot. It's not bleeding onto this. But it, if there was something on the other side, you wouldn't want that to go through. I'm just going to outline her little name, or her initials rather. Let's see, do anything else black? I guess that's all for now. I'll go over this with a white, just a touch of white acrylic paint, where I drop the marker. And all the acrylic paints I use are just the cheap Americana craft paints. They work fine. Let's see. Where's the brush? Something tiny. There we go. You got Band-Aid stuff. What'd you do? Cut yourself? Band-Aids. I must have missed something there, Gary. So I'm just going to go over, and you know, you might still see a little bit of shadow of the black marker under there, but it's going to be colored over anyway. Or I could put another coat after that one dries, but yeah, there you go. Oh, you cleaned your wireless keyboard. Oh, this wasn't quit working. That's usually the way, right? Yeah, clean out the mouse, clean the keyboard. And then you get problems with it. Okay, so let's see. Now, do I want to use, I kind of want maybe to one person or you. I'm trying to think of the colors. I'm just winging it as we go here. I'm not planning it. I haven't planned this out. My color pencils over here. We could use some, I kind of want to do the ombre effect. So to do that, I really need pencil. But, you know, some of the background stuff, some of it could be, like I could color this. All right, let me do a good example. That's a good example. Let me get a yellow marker. Like just to have the base coat here of the whole thing yellow, and then go in and ombre over it. But make sure this is dry. You gotta, you know, I'll hit it with the heat gun, but you want to make sure that this is dry before you start trying to ombre on top of it with color pencil, because it won't work. Pencil will not, just plain old Prismacolor or plain old pencils are not going to blend on top of anything wet. So you have to make sure this is dry before you go in there with your color pencils. Hey, Orla, Carrie Ann, anybody else popping in? Thanks for being here. All right, it's all of the yellow there. Maybe I'll do both. I'll do person and you in yellow. Maybe I'll kind of go out from the colors, like from here, and just work my way, like kind of make it a little bit cohesive. Maybe not. I don't know. And these are just the Crayola Super Tip, water-based, not watercolor. In other words, they're not going to blend like with other markers. They're just water-based kids markers. But they're perfect for underpainting cheaply under your color pencils. You can get 50 of them for 10 bucks, and if you use a coupon, you can get them for $5 or $6. And they last a good while, I found. But I don't use them like, you know, I don't use them as constantly like I do color pencils. All right, so there we go. Yeah, this is the Mary Engelbreit, in case someone's just coming in and want to know. It's her new color book. I found it at Barnes & Noble, and it's in the kids activity section, back in the kids section. I did not see this book anywhere else in Barnes & Noble. My Barnes & Noble, anyway. Other ones may, you know, display them in other areas. But at mine, they were only in the kids section. I always check the kids' activities because they always have cool books back there. I don't know how many books I bought back there. They have awesome, color books and activity books, drawing books, how to draw 1,000 things, all kinds of cool books in the kids' activity section that they don't have anywhere else. Well, that's where I found these. I had 3 of them or 4 of them. I think I got one that had 3 left. I think there was 3 or 4 of them, but they were only back there. So if you're looking for them at your Barnes and Noble and you can't find them, go check out the kids section. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry a second, and let's see, maybe I'll do a little bit more lime green. Let me get my lime green marker, and I think we will do this row and this row in the lime green, and then I'll ombre it out with dark green in color pencil. So it won't take that long, I don't think. I think I can finish this page in an hour if I, get a little more concentration going. Less talking. Well, I like putting things in bins. Yeah, I don't mind things being in bins. I have my rooms all shelved. Floor to ceiling, wall to wall, are those just those white cheap shelves you have to build. Those, I had to build every one of these. And it's the same kind of bookcases I use in my library downstairs. They're just those white shelves that you put together. And so bins and things like that are fine. I prefer, being able to get in them, though. I mean, like seeing them. Because if there's just a whole bunch of pretty bins on a shelf, and I can't really tell what's in it, then it just doesn't get used. So I like open shelves. I like to see my stuff because then it reminds me what to use. Plus, I just like the way it looks when I can look around and see everything. That's just me. Some people, not confuses, distracts. Seeing all their stuff out, it's like too much visual overload. Yeah. Bins on shelves, yeah. It can be visual overload for some people to see all their stuff. They like things like they know what's in all the bins. They know what's in all the boxes. They don't have to have it out where they see it. They want it in pretty, coordinated baskets and things, which I love the way those look. But it doesn't bother me to see all my stuff. My hundreds of journals and everything out. I like it because I can just go right to it, and this doesn't bother me because when I'm working, I got my head down and I'm working, all the stuff around me I don't see it anyway. So I'm just kind of coloring in with a marker real quick for a base coat, and then I'll go in there and shade. All right, so let's see. I think one person. I think I want that red because I got my yellow, my green, and then I'll probably do some more of this blue onto the world and then the world down here. I'll probably go in with that blue. And instead of shading it like I did this time, I wonder if my blue is the same enough. No, I don't have a light enough blue marker. I don't have that light of a blue marker. Oh, maybe I do. Let's see. Let's compare this one. No, it's not the same blue. I don't want to use that blue. I want that blue. So, okay, but I do want that in red. So let me get my lightest red. It's kind of almost an orangey red. Might be too orange. Maybe I do want a red. And then just shade it with black or dark. Yeah, that's better. Because then I can do the dark red like that. You did move your paints into the house, so that might be a good idea, Whippy. I do keep, although I got rid of a bunch of them last time I cleaned the garage, but I kept all my watered down, washed paint. In other words, when my acrylic paints get down to about that much, sorry guys, it's really dark now. Let me try to lighten it. Well, when I move this, it's not bad. When the paint gets down to about this much, if you add water to it and shake it up, you'll have a nice wash. But the only time I really use the washes is when I'm slinging paint on big areas, and I only do that in the garage or outside on the driveway. So I kept all my washes like that in the garage, but I pretty much used them up. I think I threw away a bunch of leftovers and stuff because I wasn't out there slinging paint as much. I know I haven't done a driveway art video for a couple years. Maybe this spring I'll get out there and do a driveway art video again. Welcome back. Check your recording. I'm still recording. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine, Carrie. Thank you, though, for asking me. Because if it does flicker off, sometimes I don't catch it, but it's fine. That's why Carrie gets paid the big bucks. And it's not, these aren't perfect. It's going out of line a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not that, I don't care. It's my color book. Okay, so now I will have to do this and this in a light blue pencil. All right, let me move my markers. And I don't even remember what color pencil. I've got to kind of reevaluate. I think it was this color. Nope, wasn't that one. Was it this one? Nope, it was more teal. Maybe it was this one. I think it was that one. It's close enough, I think. We'll go with that one. Although I don't think it's that exact color. But we're going to go with it. Do your markers leave streaks? No, not those water-based ones. I mean, a little bit. I could be a little bit more careful. But I'm going over it with, I'm getting ready to go over it with color pencil. So a little bit of streaking is going to be covered up anyway, especially in these skinny letters. Now, if it was, a big area, it would streak. Yeah. I mean, let me get one to show you. Darker. Because they're just water-based. But I mean, I can, blend it, get it pretty well. If I just keep going, you keep going over the same area like that. But then if you want to go over here and start, you see how if you overlap, you can see it. So they're really not that great for big areas. Not like a Copic, but trust me, they're not like Copics. They're just the kids' water-based. But I know that I'm going to go over them with color pencil so that doesn't bother me. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I use it as an underpainting. Or maybe an outline where you want it to be, more pronounced. But I'm not using them like a blendable Copic kind of situation. They're like an underpainting for me. All right, so now I'm just going to lightly, because I want it to be able to go all the way to that lightest light there. So I'm just going to start with just the lightest coat of the blue on these letters. And I'd be doing this with the marker too if I had this color, this light teal color in marker, but I don't. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it all in pencil. So hope everybody has a good weekend. Do something creative. Get out your color book. If y'all don't know or forgot or never heard that I have a color book album on Facebook. Actually, I have like I think I have 4 public albums on Facebook of my art. I have the color book one. I have regular art. I think I have my Gold Rush portraits. So I have a lot of public albums, but how to find them, you have to go on Facebook and just look under Dee Dee Willingham. And then go into albums. You have to go into photos and then albums to get to it. So in other words, you don't have to follow me and I don't have to follow you for you to see my artwork or my color book albums. You can just go look at them, you know, yourself without following. We don't have to follow each other, that's what I'm saying. I might be doing that a little dark a minute ago. I have to get this one a little darker. And to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I'm Inky Well with an I. I-N-K-I. But my real name's there too, so you can find me with my real name too on either one. Hey, Galena. Galena, did you get, I sent you a card. Did you get it? Sometimes people tell me, oh, I got your card, and I miss it. Like, you know, they might tweet me or something. But if you don't put my link to my, then I sometimes miss things on Twitter because I only go back, like in the morning, I'll go back as far as I can from the night before. But if you don't put the person's name, like the @ you know, I'm not saying Galena did this, I'm just saying in general. If you don't put the @ sign and the name, then it's not specifically in your feed. I mean, it's in your feed, but it's not in your, what do you call it? The section notifications. Hey, Di. Packer Di, if you want to stream, I'm not going to stream very long today because I have stuff I have to do. Are you free to stream today since you have the house free to yourself? So just if you want to stream here in a little bit, let me know. Or let everybody know. Because I have to go finish cleaning the house before Annie and Dan and Logan get here. Okay. Because I know you don't get to stream often with your brood. I mean that in a nice way. You can't stream long with your brood, honey. Packer Di has got a busy kid home family thing. Uh-oh. Okay, I froze for a second. Is that just incoming mail? Hang on, guys. Yeah, okay. Rain, you got a coloring calendar. Which one did you get, Rain? The coloring calendar. I saw Sherry did she did a little color book haul, and she got a little mini calendar, one of the desktop ones, like my little Star Wars ones, with pages to color. And don't forget, I'll remind everybody, if you have of course, Barnes & Noble has their calendars usually go on sale 50%, but Books A Million puts all their calendars on sale the first week of February for $3. All calendars, leather journals, you know, they want to get rid of them. And believe me, I stock up. Every year I go to Books A Million and stock up on calendars for using in collage and cutting up or whatever, you know. There's where I went over it with that white paint. You're good working on a video for YouTube. Okay. All right. I think I'll do her little, what do you call it down here, initial in some red because she uses a lot of black and red. And I might even put some checkers board in here. Like inside of there, I might do a little checkerboard. We'll see. That might be cool. Let me go ahead. Where's my red marker again? Oh, sorry guys, bumped my head on the camera overhang. All right. The page a day type, yeah, that's what Sherry got. She did a video on it. Okay, so the To the World part up here, I might just do I might just go in here and do a little bit of each one, because now that I'm thinking that it's probably going to take longer than it will, than I'll have time to do it. All right, so let me sharpen up my white pencil, because I want the very tops of these letters to be the lightest. So I'm going to go over them with the white and just start bringing down the tops to be the lightest. I'm trying to do the an ombre effect. So I might have to get a little crack-a-lack in here. That's, I don't want those. I just want the tops of these to be the lightest. And then down here on the world. You probably can't see a whole lot of difference right here. It's more smoothing out the blue than anything. I'll do an ombre on the yellow here. That'll probably show up better. All right, and then the very bottom is going to be, I could use a dark blue or even a black. I think I use black on those. On the very bottom. And I think I'll do a little checkerboard in some of them just to make it a little bit more my own. Well, actually, it's not. Mary Engelbreit uses checkerboard all the time. So I'm just going to kind of a real light touch so I can blend, not bearing down on this. Just so you can kind of see where it's going with the ombre kind of look. It's from the very, very bottom. Do I want it? I imagine Barb will stream today. If anybody wants to put in Barb's link, Barb Owen, get creative. Oh, I never rest. Get creative. I'm so sorry, Barb. I never can remember the exact name of your show. You find Barb Owen though on Ustream. Oh, I need to do that exclamation mark here. Okay, so what I mean by doing the checkerboard with a pen here, I'll take a pen. And then maybe in the W and the D here, I'm just going to kind of hand draw. And they're not going to be exact, they're not going to be perfect, they're just going to be a little whimsy of checkerboard. So I'll start with that line right there. If you Zentangle, you could do Zentangle in these little, inside these letters. Something else. Instead of Ustream, okay, I missed something. Let's see. Barb is on YouTube all the time? She's not streaming on Ustream on Fridays? I mean, I know she was doing some streaming on YouTube, but is she canceled out her Ustreaming? Somebody might clarify that for me. because I hardly get to make a live show. She was there last Friday, wasn't she? Or was that the weekend that she was off? I can't remember. But I watch her recording. She's still on Ustream, I think. Hey, Kelly. Okay, I missed that announcement. I didn't know she was going to start streaming from YouTube, from Google, YouTube. I mean, I'll enjoy those, but for me, or to me, the chat is just not as, I don't like the chat format as much on YouTube as I do here. That's one of the things I do like about Ustream is the chat format. Even though we have a 30-second delay, it's very user-friendly, very easy to read and follow. So that's one of the things I do like about Ustream is the chat format. I've done a few YouTube, what do you call it? Hangouts. Yeah, I haven't watched that video yet. I saw it, but I haven't had a chance to watch that one on YouTube, Rain. So maybe that's where she made the announcement and I just missed it. Thank you for the update. Okay, so there we go. So you see a little checkerboard in that. I want to do it in this one too, in the O. Did she say why? What made her want to just not do Ustream? All right, there we go. I gotta turn it sideways to get a semi-straight line here. And again, if you're a Zentangler, you can Zentangle or Tangle or whatever you want to call it. Any of your designs. Yeah, you never been to a hangout, Rain? There, I've done like artists, other artists, a bunch of us on it and do it all together. But the chat is what is the pits to me. It's just not as, I just like this chat better. Let's just say that. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do them. Let me just kind of quickly color in my little checkerboard. I know it's tiny and my hand's in the way. Let me move up a little. Okay, thanks, Lynn. Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet. One moment, please. We'll get this little checkerboard done. I'll go back to ombre and some letters. You can do stamps inside of them. You know, you got the little tiny rubber stamps. You could stamp little designs inside. You could stamp anywhere, actually. Remember, you're the boss of your color book. Paint, all kinds of mixed media. I saw the one I did with the collage. I'll show that one again in case y'all hadn't seen it when you came in after I showed it. And I did explain every step I did at the beginning of this video, so I won't explain it, but I'll show it again. So you can use mixed media. You haven't watched it either, Carrie. Alrighty, there we go. Okay. Alright, yeah, this is the one that I did in this book, the nature. Now it's going to be really zoomed in, but I'll kind of, you can be able to see it like that. And I did, there's mixed media here, so you can see it. This is, the black is all acrylic paint. I used Neocolor 2 for washes, and then I collaged in it, gel penned some stars, a shooting star, so yeah. Okay, I think I might want some orange bits. All right, I'll wait on that. Let's go ahead and finish this. Okay, back to the black pencil on the blue. Whoops, I need to sharpen it. Get something. This one's already, I've used the, oh, here we go. Try to erase it a little bit. Yeah, Lynn, but that you have to pay for that. All right, there we go. Yeah, Barb has a lot of extra equipment that her son fixed up for her that most of us don't have. I gotta say, yeah. It does look awesome for sure. All right, so we'll just do the very, very bottoms, black. Then we'll go in with the dark blue again. Hey, Jamie. All right, now I'm going to go back in. Let me sharpen again because these are thin letters. Yeah, I just, there's a lot of other, there's more than just that though, Lynn. There's the chat, the people that, are log in and, all that. There's just more to it than just one thing. Okay, so let me just color that dark. Sharpen again. This one's wanting to break. Yeah, you can do Google or YouTube free. Yeah. Oh, sharpen again. Gotta love our Prismacolors. Okay, Pam. All right, let's see. See if this is gonna. Feels like it wants to break again, but I think I can hold it up. Get those little skinny letters. See how the ombre is starting to look? Kind of like this one right here. There we go. Going to bring that up just a little farther. I think that. You're going to do the bottom one up to that point too, and then we'll do the mid-range shading. I'll just sharpen again. Thanks, Rain. Yeah, this pencil's wanting to break real easy. Some do, some don't. And I can't even tell you if it's one of the older ones or a newer one that I bought off the, rack individual, because that's one of the things that, and this one is not centered either. When you buy them off the individually, if people have dropped them and things, they can break the lead inside. And plus, when they're not centered, I always told, that's what I told Cam when he was looking for, he wanted to buy some grays when he was here last week before. And I said, okay, pick out the grays you want. And then after he did, I said, now look at all the ends. How many of them are not centered? Like 3 of them. He put 3 back and exchanged them. So I said, you always want to check when you buy individual. Of course, he's a Copic kid, He loves his Copics, but he does shading on top of his Copics, kind of like we're going to do, what we're doing here with just the water-based markers, but he uses Copics in his faces and stuff. So now he knows to look to make sure that the lead is, and I know it's not lead, but that the pigment is not offset on there. Yeah, thanks, Carrie. Yeah, I showed some Happy Meal this morning. I showed Angie Bell's, my new additions to my sock monkey family. They're so cute. You'll have to go back and watch the beginning and see my new additions to the family. So I'm just doing it really dark around here. I think I want to try to keep her little trademark right there uncolored. So you can see her little trademark design. Okay, I need some coffee. My throat's really dry. We had rain come in, and when the rain comes in, that does my sinuses a disservice. So I need to go get some hot coffee. So if y'all don't mind, I will run downstairs real quick. See, I was looking, this looks awesome. I gotta say, a little more black shading up a little. It's looking really good. I want it a little bit, I want the black to come up just a little higher, I think. Hey, Janet. Anybody else popping in? All right, let me go run down and get some coffee. And I will BRB. I'll just leave this right here. Well, you know what I'll leave here too? I think only one of them will fit. I'll leave him right there. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, I had to make some more coffee, so I have to go run back down there and get it. In a minute. Okay, let's see. Where do we leave off? All right, let's come up here. And, well, let's go back down here. Let me get my camera down here just a little bit more. And start. Did you see? Yeah, Janet, you'll have to, if you missed the beginning, well, you saw them already. You saw them on Twitter. The new additions to the family. All right, so now what I'm doing is just, so that I don't have a harsh edge right there, is just kind of start blending that in. Oh, you got your car. Okay, good, Lilith. And hi, anybody else coming in? Bryn, Cable Claire, Barb. If y'all don't follow Cable Claire, oh my gosh, she is an amazing artist. Well, I don't know if she does YouTubes. Cable Claire, do you do YouTubes? I just saw some of her art on Twitter. She is awesome. Do you have a YouTube or other place where you show your art? I'm sure you do, Cable Claire. But I hadn't found you anywhere else yet, or if I did, I lost the bookmark. Hey, Princess Buttercup. Yeah. So if you have a link, Cable Claire, to your art, please post it because it's awesome. Hey, Deb. So I'm just working a little bit on the same Mary Engelbreit page that I was working on last week with the lettering. Kind of really zoomed in so you could see it really close. All right, I'm going to stop on this for just right now because I want to do a couple of these other colors, like this, the yellow here. I want to get a ochre and a sienna. There's my yellow ochre. Okay, I'm going to write that down. I can't go to it, but I can write it down. Can't go to it while I'm right here, but it's probably on, and I probably just hadn't had a chance to go look from your Twitter because I'm sure you have it linked in your profile. Okay. Okay, I wrote it down. Thank you. Carbonmade.com is Claire. Carbonmade. All right. All right, let's see here. Got a couple shades of yellow and a sienna. So I'm going to... Hey, Sherry. Bye, Janet. Thanks for stopping in. I said this was going to be short stream because I got stuff to do before Annie gets in. And I'm hoping that on Monday she'll stream with me, you know, on my regular time. Hopefully I can get her to stream with me on Monday. So I'm going to kind of do a sienna and then just kind of feather that up. The Carbonmade link is just your gallery, okay? Oh, okay. Is it CLA? Wait a minute, I gotta write that down. That's your gallery. Okay, so the site with everything, let me spell it out. CLAARJEVANSWAAIJ. Okay, that's either Swedish or Dutch. Which is it? That's either Swedish or Dutch. I'm probably wrong. Yeah, and Cable Claire on Twitter and Tumblr and all that. Yeah. I can't go look right now, but I will. I will. I wrote it down. I think I wrote it down. I'll find you through Twitter if I can't find you anywhere else. You missed a T. I missed a T. Missed a T? Where? I missed a T. I'm not sure where you're talking about. I missed a T. It's Dutch? Okay. Yeah, I thought it was Dutch, but then the IJ kind of threw me at the end. The AA, the double AA, and the okay, and so that's also your Facebook. Oh, okay. Ah, I can't write down fast enough before it scrolls off the screen. Let me see if I can get that. J.E. Art on Facebook. Okay. Okay, got it. I'll find it. Yeah, I know it's scrolling off very quickly, so. Oh, I missed it on hers. Yeah, I'll find it. Don't worry. It just scrolls off faster than I can write. Thanks, Claire. I hear my coffee is done. I need to go get it. All right, now I'm going to take kind of the, it's kind of an orange, what is it? It's not yellow ochre, but it's orange. Where's my phone is charging up, Jean. I can't get to my mag light. I can't see it. It's kind of like a goldenrod color. I'll sharpen again because it just broke. Little Claire in Dutch. Oh. Yeah, I saw some of your work from Twitter. All right, there we go. Hopefully, if I go keep it kind of pushed in. Kind of smooth it all out, blend it all in. And I'm not taking as much layers. I'm not trying to do nice, soft, I mean, I am doing an ombre, but I'm not so worried like I'm not doing a face. I'm not doing a portrait where I want to make lots of light layers. So, it's a little bit more heavy-handed than I would be normally because it's just a color book page. And kind of do a little nicer ombre right there, though. Okay. Then I'm going to take the kind of golden, more of a yellow ochre. I got a little bit of something there. I think there was something on the page. So we can erase some of that dark pencil there. There. Because I do need to kind of get crack-a-lacking if we're going to get any of this finished. All right, same thing for this yellow up here. This bit. It's wanting to break. I did want to finish this page for my mom. I don't know if y'all were around when I said that my mom got this book too. She loves Mary Engelbreit and always has, like me. You saw my calendars last week. I've had since 1990 something. And her biography. All right, a little bit of orange. It's really not much of a contrast that I really want more of a contrast, but it's blending it, so. There we go. I think it shows up. Yeah, I like the ombre effect because that's the one we did last week, and I know it's a little, there we go. Okay, let me go run and get my coffee, guys, so I can finish this up in the next 30 minutes. All right, hang on. Ugh. Okay. Hot coffee. Hey, Trina. Hey, Scrappy Pat. I sent you out a card this morning and yesterday morning. Okay. Let's blend that blue back in. So yeah, so you see I added my own little checkerboards in there. I mean a couple peanuts while I'm talking. So if you're a Zentangler or a doodler, you could doodle in all those little areas and the inside of the letters. Oh, you're welcome. Did you see it at the beginning? I'm going to do another one on Monday. Hopefully another one like this one. Pat, here's a close-up of it. I'm going to try to do another mixed media one on Monday out of the nature book. I showed it more at the beginning of today's show. Okay, let me see if I can get this crack-a-lackin'. And I also have bookmarked the book that you sent me, Pat, with the perfume bottles. I have that bookmarked to do. Well, I say bookmarked. I have it ready to. I have your bookmark in the page to color. Those perfume bottles. Welcome back, Jamie. Linda, someone's playing games in the background. I could draw maps in there. I guess I could, Carrie, if I had the time. Okay. Yeah, I'm recording, guys. I'm going to go about 30 more minutes, though, because I got to get ready for my other daughter and husband and other grandson to come in. I think I do want to kind of do, what color do I want those flowers on this? A little bit of green. Let me get I think I just want some lime green on those two little leaves there. And those little flowers, maybe I'll do them red. So let me get my red marker back. Hey, Sandy Chick. All right. I think I want some blue on those arrow things right here too. Just to bring that blue in the middle there. Kind of subtle, but do a little blend there. And if my mom watches the recording, hey Mom! She's supposed to go, well, not supposed to, is, when we go take to Boo's, when she has to perform in, cheer perform in, at Disney in Florida. We're all going to meet up there for a couple days. And then I think Mom, well, I say think, I know. Then she's going to come back here after we go to Boo's cheer performance. So I'll have my mom here for a few days, and I'm going to get her to color. She will be coloring with me. The color pencils bunched together, color saving you so much time. I know, right? It does. Yeah, so if you're just, this is what Claire means. See, I bunch my color pencils by color, and it does. It's so much easier to pick out the colors. So yeah, I will be getting my mom, because she may not know this. Well, she'll watch this recording because I'm going to, put Mary Engelbreit in it in the title, so she'll be watching it. But yeah, so she'll be coloring. Mom, get your color book britches on. Okay, now let me do these dark green here. Let me get like, do I want this green? That's peacock green, I think. Is that peacock green? No, it's just, yeah, it's peacock green. You managed to find these really handy baskets with lids and at your local dollar store. Okay. Claire, you need to email me your address. Put you on the birthday list, girlfriend. Put you on the birthday list for birthday cards. I did 2 batches of Happy Mail this week. Monday after my stream, and yesterday after I did finish my before I finished my commission that I was working on. I had 2 batches this week. I don't know why I had 2, but I did. You too, Orla, bundled them. Bunch your color pencils works as much nicer. I know, doesn't it? And hey, Pat Crochet. All right, so there we go. So there's a little bit of the peacock green, dark green. And I'm going to blend it up here in a minute, but I want to go first get up here and do this part. We're all probably almost going to finish this today, unless I want to put more checkerboards in. Some of the letters, that takes a little more time. But the coloring part, I think we'll pretty much get done. I do want a little darker in these leaves, I think. Maybe just a little in those ones I just put. I froze for a second. Sorry, guys. I get a bunch of incoming mail. I didn't check my volume. How's my volume? Oh my gosh. Could y'all even hear me? My volume was way, way down. Well, it wasn't way down on my camera. It was just on my computer. Did that make a difference when I just turned my volume up on my computer? Or did it not matter because I'm using the webcam volume or the webcam mic? I just thought of that because I wasn't hearing my clicking of my mail. I usually hear it clicking in when it freezes me, and I wasn't hearing it. It's because my volume was practically on mute. Do y'all hear me better now, or did it matter at all? Because I'm using my webcam mic. Good thing. Well, I'm sure Carrie would have told me, Dee Dee, we can't hear you at all. Oh, you like oh, you're welcome, Kelly. Yeah, I saw you on Instagram. Kelly's the one that won the Doodlers Anonymous giveaway, Christmas giveaway. And she's already colored in it, posted on Instagram. Doodlers Anonymous has already said thank you, Kelly. It's fun, isn't it? It's a fun book. I'm telling you, the Doodlers Anonymous book is a fun book. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you won it. It was no difference in the sound? Okay. Some said yes, some said no. Okay. Well, as long as y'all could hear me. I guess if you couldn't hear me at all, you would have, y'all are good about telling me. So I just, thought it would be fun to do a lettering page, something different, when we started this one last week. And then somebody also asked me again on when we're going to finish up the peacock poster. Well, we won't be probably finishing it in one setting, but I will try to work on that peacock poster again, All right, so now let's go ahead and I'm going to get my lime green and just kind of make sure that's kind of just blended in right there. Actually, I don't want to say basically, and I don't want to say actually. Just need to kind of soften those edges just a tad before I can blend them. Just soften them just a little bit. It was funny, Ro tweeted. She goes, I didn't realize how much I said basically in my videos until you started auto-correcting yourself. Well, I meant, actually. No more actually. And basically, I'm trying to get out of that habit. She said, I didn't realize how many times I said basically until you started correcting yourself. I said, I know, you don't realize it until you try to not say something. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Don't email me. But for me, I just don't like to get in a habit of getting in a habit of saying the same thing over and over and over, Okay, there we go. I like to mix up our vocabulary a little. All right, so coming back down here, again, I'm just going to soften up the edges where I put the dark green, just to make it a little easier to blend into the lime color. But it's fun to do these ombre letters. Nothing wrong with saying actually or basically, never bother, yeah. Well, it's just when you say it 100 times in a show and you catch yourself saying it over and over and over and over. I don't like that for myself. I don't care if anybody else does it. Just for me, I just want to get out of the habit of doing it. So there are some other words that I've done the same with that I try to just not say. I can't think of them right now. Like what was it everybody was saying for a while instead of like beautiful or awesome? They were saying what was it? See, I got out of the habit of saying it, so now I never say it. Not gorgeous. What is it? What was the word? I know one of y'all probably know what I'm talking about because I corrected myself a whole bunch of times when I was doing that too. Yeah, overused words. Yeah. Not awesome sauce. No, I never really used that one. Um, what was it? Adorbs. Adorbs. I quit saying adorbs. And anytime I say it, now I say, I'm not going to say that. That was the word, but I quit doing because I just heard it so much. And then I caught myself like picking it up. It's like, everybody starts saying it, then you start saying it. It's like, no, 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 no. We're not going to go there. So that's why I'm getting myself out of the habit of saying basically. I hear it too much. All right, so there we go. So you see the little checkerboards, the green, the yellow, and now I got to do the red. And so I did the blue, the green, the yellow, this blue, and now I just got to do the red. So I'm going to get like a dark, like a magenta or a dark brown. It might have to be, let me try the red. It's not quite dark enough. I think I want brown. Let me get a dark brown. Where are you, dark brown? Come to Mama. I know you're in there. Quit hiding from me. I'll just have to dig it out of another pack here. I don't know where my dark brown is. That's black cherry. This is the purple Zen brown. Let me go ahead and try black cherry. That probably will work. It's just me. It's not, again, I don't care if anybody says it. I just don't want to get in the habit of saying the same things all the time. That's just me. There's gazillions of words. See, gazillion. There's gazillions of words. We don't have to use the same ones. Maybe I need to do another show on words and using them to generate ideas. That's been before I uploaded to YouTube. So it's probably would be something new to do my word idea generating things using words. APG Jamie probably she probably gets tired of hearing this. She's a poet, and so she's the wordsmith. So she probably gets tired of hearing some of the same old words too, because she knows there's a million of them out there. We don't have to use the same words. No, Linda, I'm not bringing that up either on a recording. Oh my gosh, Linda. Linda. Oh, bye, Barb. Thanks for driving by. Good to see you. I gotta go watch your video. Probably won't be till next week, so I have any here, but okay. So it's black cherry. It's kind of like a dark red brown, so that just worked out perfect. Now I do need red that was plain red. Why am I not finding my basic colors? And I didn't say basically. I said my basic colors. Okay, that's not it. That's not... Well, let me just dig another one out. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, this is a new one, too. And again, all right, here's another rant. I'm going to rant again. For the longest time, Hobby Lobby must have got a new manager. Okay, this is why I say. Because Hobby Lobby promised their customers they were not going to tape the price tags any longer on their pencils. And they didn't for months and months. They've gone back to taping the price tags back on the pencils. And if you want to use either end of the pencil or you want to see the number, this is a pain. And it's also a pain to get off. Because you got to take, because look, the tape starts here and goes all the way to there. So you can't use any of that pencil unless you get this off. And you got to just like grab underneath that tape or slice it down to get it to start coming off. And now, not only is it just one wrap of tape, it's usually two. It's like two wraps of tape around the pencil, like just for that one little sticker. Oh, I know. What is it called? First world problems. All right, so now I've got the two wraps of tape, all that tape. But look, wait for it. It doesn't completely come off. So now it's all sticky, so you got to work off all that glue. You got to work off this last little bit of sticker, and then you got to take a baby wipe to it to get all the sticky off. Yeah, first world problems. It just is a little bit of a irritation, shall we say. Okay. All right. Now I got to get it all off my fingers. All right, so it's all sticky, but I'll take a baby wipe to it after a while to get the sticky off. Okay. But they're not even consistent as to where they put it on the pencil. Like that's on the end I want to sharpen, because I don't want to sharpen over the number if I don't have to till the very end, so that they put the tag right there. Haven't had that with makeup stuff. Oh, with makeup stuff, they slap so much tape on there. Yeah, I know, right? All right, so what I'm going to try to do here now is blend that cherry red into the red. Eyeshadow, yeah. I think most makeup, but you know, I gotta say, oops, I got a little bit too heavy-handed there. With makeup, you do want to make sure it is sealed. You know, you do want to make sure it's sealed, but at the same time, it's like, it doesn't need to be hermetically sealed. What book? I'm coloring in the Mary Engelbreit. If you're just coming in, I got it at Barnes & Noble, and it was in the kids' activity section. It's not in the color book, you know, because the bookstores have these color books all over the place now. They have them in the art section. They have it in the, like they have it in the where the crossword puzzles are. They have it just stacked out in the entrance of stores and, you know, throughout the store. But the Mary Engelbreit, I've not seen it yet at my Books A Million. I only saw it at the Barnes & Noble. And it was in the kids' activity section, back in the kids section. And I saw it nowhere else. But because I always check the kids' activity section for other books, you know, how to draw and doodles and all kinds of stuff. See, I'm not taking my time here. I mean, not that I don't care about going out lines, but like I'm really getting sloppy. That's where I found it. All right, so let me just kind of blend that, and let me go ahead and get that black cherry again. Maybe put a little bit of shading around these little round flowers that Mary Engelbreit's known for. There. Here, blend that out a little. So I still have to do the banner. I really want to do that banner in checkerboard, to tell you the truth. I don't know if I'll have time. I was trying to keep this under 2 hours because I got work to do. Hubster's going to come home and go, you didn't do any of the stuff that we need to get done before they get here. We got to go to the store now. So I'm going to become scrambling to come home from the grocery store to clean the rest of the stuff I got to clean. It would be nice maybe to have a book of quotes. Yeah, well, anything like the Mary Engelbreit, there's a whole bunch of quotes by her. These kind of pages. This would be an awesome page. That they are perforated to cut out, to tear out, and either frame or put in like I do. How I save illustrations that I like are just in the plastic, you know, page protectors that you get at Staples, and I put them in a notebook. So it'd be nice to have a whole book of these, wouldn't it? You jump right on that, Lisha. There's sealing, and then there's, yeah, that's true. That's what I meant, Cable Claire, by hermetically sealed. There's sealing, and then there's turning it into Arthur's sword in the stone. That has to go in the Wingnut book. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, Claire. So if you don't know what the Wingnut book is, hang on, let me write this down before it scrolls off. Cable Claire said there's a difference in sealing, in parentheses, makeup, and turning it into Arthur's sword in the stone. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so if y'all don't know what the Wingnut book is, the Wingnut is when somebody says something funny, quippy, quote, something that's cool and funny like that. We have a book. It's called The Wingnuts, because that's what we are. We're a bunch of wingnuts. And this actually is a little Tim Holtz Wingnut book. And we just put some Timmy paper on there. And it's just, what I do is when somebody says something funny or quippy or something like that, just write it on a Post-it note, and it goes in. So you can see how many we have over the years. We've got quite a bit of wingnuttage. Is that a word? So we got quite a bit of wingnuttage going on. So they just get slapped in there. And then when Denise was here helping me reorganize the room a few months ago, I was reading some of these to her, and she goes, I guess it's one of those things you have to be there, because it's not funny, really. They're not really funny when you read them later, but they still deserve to go in the Wingnut book. So there you go, Claire. You're in the Wingnut book. Okay. That was good. That's true, too. They don't need to seal it like it's Arthur's sword in the stone. Okay, so let's see here. What do we got left? Oh, I wanted to I'm thinking about doing, it may detract too much, though. I'm not sure if I do a checkerboard behind that whole thing, we might lose let me just do some in the little banner folds. Where's my pen? Let's at least do some here in the banner folds. And let's see, let's do it this way. Let's do it like the fold goes. Like that. And go this way. Like that. You're an official wingnut, Claire. Carrie, will you put my email address in there so Claire can email me if she wants to get a art card or put on the birthday list? Please. All right, this will only take a second. And again, if you're a doodler, a Zentangler, or any of that, now we got a little bit of space there. Just gives it a little oomph. See the difference that makes? You did already? Oh, Carrie, you're such on the ball. Thank you. So I hope everybody kind of got some idea and inspiration for coloring some lettering. And again, I'm going to try to do a mixed media page on Monday with my daughter here. I'll see if I can get her on camera that early in the morning. You know, when you're traveling, sometimes you just like to sleep in. And then they have to leave Tuesday at 5 a.m. So I won't have them much. And Sunday, they're going to my niece's baby's first birthday. So, all right, let me just color in this little area here black. So I won't have a lot of time with them. But maybe I can get her to stream Monday morning for an hour or so. I mean, she won't color or do projects with me. She's an RN, and I don't want her, asking for blood or anything while she's here. Anyway, I think I'll do these 2 or these 3 letters here. I'm going to go ahead and do them in checkerboard too. I think I have just enough time to do that. So anything else going on? I'm going to go ahead and do these 3. Mary Engelbreit's known for her checkerboard. And I froze for just a second with incoming mail. But I heard it this time. That's what caught me a minute ago. I went, well, usually when I freeze for a minute with incoming mail, I hear it clicking. And I didn't hear it clicking, so that's when I checked my volume. But I'm glad it didn't make a difference, so. All right, there we go. Just hand gridded it out. Just gridded it out. It is pretty tiny. I'm working a little farther away than my vision. But doesn't take long. I'm not trying to, I'm just coloring it in. It's not like I'm not getting out a ruler. Because I'm the boss of my color book. See the difference that makes? Just trying to figure out why they package light bulbs in the lights. God, that is so true. You would think more light bulbs get busted as that paper that they put them in, right? They don't bust at the store, but then when you get home, they can bust easier. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm surprised more of them don't. With that thin stuff. Okay, see, it didn't take long. My step-grandfather was Dutch. Literally came here from the Netherlands. Probably in his, I'd say, 20s. And he always had a heavy accent. He was, people that weren't used to him had a hard time understanding him. Of course, we all could understand him because we were around him, at least most of the time. But yeah, so, I know, some of that from there, Cable Claire, from him. Okay, there you go. So I'm wondering what else I might want to add to it. I think that looks pretty good. Let me go ahead and back out, guys, from the zoom in. Refocus. Let's get a little bit more focus. Maybe lighten it back up just a tad there. Now that we're done. I think it looks pretty good. I didn't color the arrow, and I haven't colored the back of the banner. But I'm not sure. I might just want to shade that banner, like with the blue-gray or something. Like just have a little bit of shading on it. Keep it white, and just give it a little bit of a shadow. Because I do have a little bit. I really should put some white paint on that red right there. I'm just going to try to cover it up. Because I got a red smear right there. Just put a little bit of a shading there along the edge. See, just a little bit of shadow. Yep, I'm working in the Mary Engelbreit color book. Thanks for stopping in. We're about done though. Um, it's just an impromptu today. I wanted to finish this page right here. And don't forget Monday, I'm going to try my regular show with Annie here. And I got a bunch of color books in from Angie Bell to give away. She sent in some henna ones and some of those. I'll show you here again. And so I want to give some of those away probably on Monday. If you want to be here. Yeah, you have to be here because there's no way I can do giveaways without you being here. It's hard enough to do a giveaway when you are here. But I do. I love to do giveaways. But it's a little tricky sometimes with the lag and everything. But we soldier on, as I say. Okay. Yeah. So Angie Bell gave us 3 hennas. And I showed these earlier, but I'll just do a quick flip. So she's gave us some of these. And then she gave us some nature ones. Now, right there. Thanks, Whippy. Thanks, everybody, for being here. So we'll do that on Monday, because I got to go get stuff done before my daughter gets here. All right, so we'll do that on Monday. So thanks, everybody, for being here. We just colored in the Mary Engelbreit. I really wanted to finish this up for my mom, who loves Mary Engelbreit. Thanks, Creatively Amy. Thanks. Hey, Susan Ribbons. You like your henna book? I know, and you didn't want to share it with your granddaughter. I'm calling you out on that, Deb. I said, well, Debbie, now you can share that henna book with your granddaughter who's loving to color. She goes, I got to share my color book? Now, I got to say, I didn't hear her say. I heard her in my head on Facebook or wherever it was I was talking to her. I got to share my color book with my granddaughter now? Oh, all right, guys. Thanks for being here. Oh, and hey, Debbie, Artisology Deb is here. Good to see you too, Deb. And Kathy. Let me see who else I might have missed. Celebrate to Spirit. Who else? Denise. Thanks, everybody, for popping in. Wee Hootie. Jennifer Ann. Suzanne. You know Suzanne from YouTube. Lori Montana. Who else is Lindair? Some of y'all I don't see very often. Sandpats. Sharipa. Julie, I know her last name's not Topaz. And Whippy. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks, Carrie, for modding. I appreciate it. Yeah, I saw that. Deb's granddaughter said, can you learn some new art from Dee Dee? You need to have her just watch my shows too, Deb. Bless her heart. You know, I need to send her something, don't I? Maybe I need to send her her own color book because you're not sharing. What was her name again? What was her name again, Debbie? Let me write her name down. I'll have to send her something. Tell me her name. I forgot. I mean, I saw it on Facebook, but I don't remember. Thanks, Christy. Thank you, Rain. Thanks. I'm glad y'all like it. Debbie's granddaughter. What's her name again, Debbie? I forgot. I know I could go look it up on Facebook. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. I wrote it down. Okay, I'll send her something. Yeah, I'll just send it. I'll send it to you, you know, with her, you know, attention and her name on it. So you can pass it on to her, okay? Thanks, guys. Thanks. Yeah, I'm hoping that Annie will stream with me on Monday, Jamie. So, yeah, if you were here, Jamie, you'd be trying to make her your BFF like you did my other daughter. Just saying. When my friends in the box visit me and Denise is here, it's like, Okay, now Denise is your new BFF. Denise is fun though, I gotta say. Denise is a hoot. Annie's a more serious one. She's a serious one. She reminds me of well, anyway. Okay, we'll let you go. Okay, Debbie. All right, guys. I'll try to tweet some pictures, Carrie. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I'll try to do that. So, all right, guys. We'll see y'all Monday. And don't follow me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, Dee Dee Willingham or Inky Well with an I. All right. See y'all later. Bye. Sent me some extra stamps to help pay for the postage when I do the giveaways on these. But she sent a whole bunch more of the nature to color, since 3 of those and then 3 of the henna. So we'll have to do next week, next Monday, I'll have to do some giveaways and give some of these away. Hopefully Annie will stream with me Monday morning. I imagine she could if she's feeling up to it. And I'll try to set the camera up so you can see us all, and then I will turn the camera down to do a project or something. I'm not, I do want to, I do have some things I want to do on Monday, but we'll see, what they want to do. Yeah, giveaways on Monday. So henna, this is the henna one, and I won't show you every page. I've shown this before because she already sent some that I've already given away. And then the nature one. So we'll do some more giveaways on these. These are easy to mail because they just go in a flat, 8.5 by 11 envelope. And so, yeah. So she sent those, but wait for it. I gotta name some cousins. We got some cousins to Bridgeton and BB. She sent me 2 more little baby sock monkeys. Oh, they're just so cute and squishy. Oh, aren't they adorable? This one's like a gray sock, and this one's like your traditional brown sock monkey color. Oh my gosh, aren't they so stinking cute? This one has the sock monkey tag right there. This one there. So I know they're just adorable, aren't they? Hey, Christy, and anybody else popping in? I do have a whole family of them now. I'm sock monkey family. And look, they got their little winter caps and their little pom-poms, their Christmas sweaters. I just love them. Look at those looks. It's like they each have their own little personality. They're not like the same. Oh, anyway, thank you so much. And it's My Fairy Treasures on YouTube is Angie Bell. And by the way, if you don't follow her, go over there. She's got some nice haul videos going on and all kinds of stuff. So My Fairy Treasures on YouTube. Thank you so much, Angie. Oh, I must gotta hug them. They're just squishy and huggable. The sock monkeys are multiplying, Lilith. Yes, they are. Oh, my goodness. So anyway, I just had to, share that. While they're going to sit here and stare at me while I'm working. I love them. Thank you so much, Angie Bell. And then, what else? Oh, let me move these little cards off my desk because they'll get messed, out of order. Okay, so then I knew I was putting her on here, so I wanted to match this. Her outfit was the whole purpose of this exact kind of peachy gray lavender color was to match her outfit. And so then I kind of just did a little bit of gray. I got a little bit of coming up there here. A little bit of gray shadow. Where is it? Right there. And then I went in there with some watch parts, some large ones and some small ones, like in the middles of some of the flowers. Half watches where the flower was facing up and you only saw half the flower on the inside like this. Some you saw the full middle. And so I put those around. I just glued them down with some Eileen's tacky. And Hang on, let me take a sip of coffee, guys. Hey, Queen Pam. So I did that, glued these down, and then I went around every flower with a white pencil to kind of make the edges like a little brighter. And also it smoothed the transition from the flower I colored in to the black. I wanted a nice white stark line around each one to really make the flowers pop. Then I went in with a black pit pen and kind of just re-added some of the little stamens. They were already there, but because I'd done the wash of Neil color over it, it kind of grayed out the stamens, the black stamens. So what I did then is just went back in and drew those all back in around and made some extra ones pop out from behind the little watch parts. And then I just glued her in, and she was just out of a Vogue magazine. She had a kimono on with one of those things that are on the back of the kimono. It's like the big bow thing. I just cut that off. Then I added a watch cuff and a watch hat on her. And that's pretty much all. This was how she was shaped in the magazine. So I just kind of have her like sitting in there, like in the flowers, like maybe a little flower fairy or a pixie or something like that. So then I went in and put all the white dots with my gel pen, just the white, one of these white jelly roll pens. And then after that, I did a little bit of extra splattering, some white splatters with some watered down white acrylic paint. I didn't want to just do splatters in the background because I did want some very definitive little dots. So that's why I did the gel pen first and a shooting star right there. And then I just splattered some paint all over the whole thing. So that's the whole process. The painting the background black, that probably took about an hour. The flowers probably took another hour. And then all the dots and gluing and all that. The whole page, probably the whole thing took me about 3 hours, all total. I'm, guesstimating there. But, so I just wanted to show the process, and that's in this nature, inspired coloring nature. And they all have these green splatters on them. I just painted over the green splatters. There were green splatters on the black, under the, on the background here as well. I just painted over it. So, and you could do that on any of the pages you want to do. If there's a green spot, just take some white acrylic paint and paint it out, So, I don't know which page I'll do Monday, if I have time to do a mixed media page on Monday, but I'll probably do something out of this book. So, I did have this one with I did flag that one, because I do like those shells. I had a couple of them flagged. I also had this one flagged. So we'll see. But there's awesome pages in here. Love those leaves. Lots of inspiration. Yeah, I love the colors on that page too. Hey, Whippy. Anybody else popping in? All right, so now I want to go ahead and, I guess, finish up. Let me bring my color pencils over this a ways. Let me drag the color pencils over this way. I keep them all on a tray, so you can see right here. Here's my tray of color pencils. These are all my Prismacolors right here. And I did tell Denise, I said, if y'all want to know what to get me for my birthday in February, I probably do need another 150 set of these. And I did go ahead and pull out and bundle up my set of Luminance that E.T. Eileen, the Enabler Elf, sent me, because I found I kept forgetting that I had them when they're in the box. And they are expensive. They probably should be kept in a box. But I wasn't using them because they were in the box, because I use everything in this tray. Now, I do have my vintage, the ones that Paula... Anyway, these are the ones that are the barrel Prismacolor, my vintagey ones that I'm really not using unless I absolutely have to, because they're like, you treasure those. But I think I'm going to keep my Luminance in there, so they're protected, but I see them. I see them sitting here. if I don't see it out, I won't use it. That's one of my, I know that about my own organizational, the way I work. I have to see it. I have to be able to flip through it. It can't, now I do have those clear plastic drawers for some things like collage stuff and, some of my paint cart. And, I have some, those clear plastic drawers for certain things, chipboard, letters, those kind of things. But I know what is in that particular drawer. But to use it all the time, that's why it's in here. That doesn't mean that I don't use, I got my other things, but they're all right here. For instance, like here's all my pens and pencils that I regularly use, my sharpeners, some of the little pencil nubs. This is the stuff that I use all the time, as well as, okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning Impromptu Friday. So I thought I'd just go ahead and I got some Happy Meal to show. I thought I'd finish that page I was working in, the Mary Engelbreit, last week. This is just my focus card. And yeah, it's going to have to be a little shorter today because I'm expecting my daughter, son-in-law, and other grandson from LA in this afternoon. So I got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do. But I do want to show some Happy Mail first before we color. So first off, I wanted to show that Iffy, I found you, Dee, Iffy, sent me a bunch of collage stuff, which, by the way, I am already starting to use some of it. I'll try to do this next week sometime. I've already got the cards already. I laid them all out and I haven't glued anything down yet, but I have them ready to glue down and make some more art cards. So you can see I've got little bits already. They're just loose, they're just sitting on the cards, ready for me to work on them next week. So I'm trying not to mess those up. But I got about, I think, 5, 10, 15, I got 20 of them here. 20 of them ready to go. So she sent me a bunch of collage stuff. And so let me show you some fish, some clocks, some statues, which we got to be careful of nudity. And some of these, I love these tire wheels, vintagey stuff, and some Nat Geo stuff. So all kinds of stuff. So thank you so much, Iffy. You can see a lot of undersea stuff, space. Look at that. Perfect Friday picture right there. So all kinds of awesomeness. And a lot of watches and clocks. And I've used some of those in the other projects, in the little cards. And I used some of the little watches in this nature inspired color book page that I did, that I already posted. So if you have any questions, put them in caps. So thank you, Iffy, for that. I also got a lovely card from Glinda, Goofmeister Glinda, and it's a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, but it's all hand painted. So I want to just shout out this one in particular. I got awesome cards all season, but I wanted to really shout out this one because that's all hand painted there. And I don't know if you can see the shimmer she put on the ornaments there. And she also sent me an ATC inside. So thank you so much, Glinda. I love that. Let me set that on the table behind me. And then Angie Bell, I also showed a picture of this already, but she sent a couple things. She sent a lovely card, and she'd already done the other day before yesterday. Yesterday I worked on a commission and finished it. I got it posted. Well, I don't post the commissions until I either get permission from the person or they receive it and then allow me to post it. But in this case, I just sent her the photograph of it in email, and she posted it on Facebook herself. So, but it's a picture that she wanted. The faces are kind of small. because there's two on a page with the clock behind it, and it's very significant to her to have that clock behind them at a certain time. That's their anniversary time and all this, and then both of them on the, with the clock being able to still be seen with the time. So I kind of tilted their heads a little so that you could still see the time on the clock. But she loved it, and so she posted it herself and tagged me on Facebook. So there you go. It's being mailed out today. Hubster's mailing it this morning. So yeah. Thanks, Carrie. Yeah, there's the link to Angie Bill's YouTube. And thanks, everybody, for being here. Like I said, it's an impromptu. I'm kind of rushing this morning to get crack-a-lacking because I got, Annie and them coming in. So, all right. So let me show you real quick. This is what I did day before yesterday. And it's in the Nature Inspired. I did have, and so I really want to show this in particular because I had a YouTube comment asking me to do something in this book. Now, granted, it wasn't recorded, but I will do a similar page to the one I'm getting ready to show. I'll do a whole process. Maybe I'll do that Monday. Maybe I'll work in this book on Monday. It's just going to depend on how much time I have with Annie and everybody here. But because it does take a while to do a mixed media page. It does take it rained last night, so now it's like my sinuses, Anyway, it does take a little bit longer to do a mixed media page than just coloring the page itself. But I did a page here, and I did post the picture before it was colored. Well, I started doing the paint around it. So I'm just going to go ahead real quick and explain to you what I did on the page. And then we'll finish that other page in the Mary Engelbreit. I know I go from book to book to book, but hey, I'm the boss of my color books. Thanks, Gary. So what I did on the page is first off, I painted with black acrylic paint all the background. And it wasn't hard to, get around these flowers, because it's not really tiny, right? So I painted the whole thing black background with just flat black acrylic paint. Then I did a neo color wash of a lavender and a gray on the flowers. Let me see if I can hold it up a little. Okay, I just did a wash. Then I went in there with a little bit of color pencil to kind of blend out with kind of a medium, kind of a peachy lavender color, that kind of